Alright, hey, what's up everyone? Had a few people asking about this, so this is going to be a tutorial, I guess, on how to use the U2 method for plus centers, which are these, on the 5x5 blindfolded. Now, that's what I use. I've never heard of anyone else using this, but I'm sure other people have done this. I've just never heard of anybody else using this, but it's what I use. Of course, I'm going to have to require that you know how to do U2 on the 4x4 blindfolded. So anyway, let's start with what I use for the buffer piece and the helper piece. 4x4 blindfolded, buffer piece is right there, helper piece is right there. 5x5, what I do is I use this, the UR, as the buffer, and the UL as the helper. So let's say I want to shoot to FR. I'm sorry. Let's use a RF just to be a little more simplistic here. So that's the helper. I'm going to move this down. That's why I want to go there. And then move it back up. U2, undo. And I basically, shot to that piece. So yeah, it's actually very similar to how you do X centers with U2, and I think it should be pretty easy to figure out how to shoot to all the pieces on the F, R, L, and B faces. Of course, sometimes you're going to need to move it out of the way, like if you want to shoot to this one, then you're going to want to move it out of the way, then move it down. So that's how you shoot to that. Let's put that back. Alright. Now, let's say you want to shoot to this. If you want to get that in the same sort of axis, I guess, it is right here, small U layer. Try and move that down, but you brought that with it, so you're going to have to move it out of the way, like over here. So basically what you're doing is you're moving that out of the way, and then you're moving this layer down, then moving it over here, so when you move it up, it's going to be up there. Then U2 undo. So yeah, those four faces should be very easy to figure out. To shoot to the up face, well, here, here, and here, it's pretty obvious. Now, well, it's not obvious, but it's very similar to how you would do the 4x4. So, like, just an example, for me, I letter it as A, B, C. For this, I would letter it as A, B, C. I do that because it's pretty much the exact same thing. For this, well, for B, it's just a U2. So, it's the same thing for this, just U2, shoots to that, of course. If you want to shoot to this, it's very similar if you want to shoot to this. So normally you do small r prime, small u, small r, u, small r prime, small u prime, small r, u, then do the same thing except with u2. And you can't really see anything done because it's the same piece. But yeah. For the 5x5, if you're going to shoot right here, it's basically the same thing, except instead of using small u, you're going to do small r, e, small r, u2, I'm sorry, it was small r prime, e, small r, u2, u. I think I got myself lost. Okay. Alright, ignore my blubber. Okay. So if you want to shoot right here, small r prime, e, small r, u, small r prime, e prime, small r, u. Then do the same thing, but with u2s. It's written down right here. So you want to shoot to the UB, which is this one. and that's the algae do. I'm going to put it in the description, of course. As you can see, UF is also on here. So if you want to shoot to this, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, except instead of U's right here, they're U primes. So just like if you were going to shoot right here. And of course, remember that if you did an odd number of U2s, you're going to need to reverse it. You would know that if you know how to do U2 on the 4-blind. Alright, last thing I want to discuss is how to shoot to the D face. Now, let's look at this for a second. You want to shoot here. Now we're just going to keep my finger on that piece as I do the algorithm, and you should know the algorithm. It starts with small l, so there's your piece, small l, yeah, small l, and your piece is right there, and then you do a b, small d2, b prime, l, and that moves it up there. Now let's think about what we did right there. We did the small l, and we're trying to make it so that that piece right here, it's on this face, or this, I'm sorry, this piece. It's on this face when you move the L back up, so that it's right there, so when you U2, it swaps it. So that's why you do the B, so that when you do the B, the piece goes over here, and then when you do the small D2, it's in that axis of rotation, sort of. Then you do the B prime to undo it, and then when you do the L prime, it goes up there. And then you do U2, and then the same exact thing. So you essentially just swapped these two pieces. Alright. Now for this, almost the same thing. L slice, and then it's right here. 1B is not going to do it, because it's in a completely different thing, and when you bring it over here and you move it back up, the piece is still there. So you can't just do that. What I figured out that you can do is you can do a B2. So it's right here, and then do an E2, undo your B2, then small l prime, and it's right there where you want it to be. Then do U2, the exact same thing. Small l, B2, E2, B2, small l prime. And again, you've essentially swapped these two pieces. So yeah, I'll also have the alg right here, and of course it will be in the description, just like these. And of course, if you want to shoot to one of these, then you just have to do a D, D prime, or D2 setup move. And yeah, that should inform you of all the places you can shoot to and all the possible things you'll need to do. So that's how that works. I will tell you, don't let this discourage you from ever learning commutators, because they are a lot more efficient, they are a lot faster. I need to do that myself. I know it's a little hard to understand. This is just for people that, you know, want to get a success, and I think this is a very easy transition from 4-blind. And also, I am like 95% sure that you can use the U2 method for obliques, for things like 6-blind and 7-blind, but honestly, if you want to go that far with blind, then I think just learn commutators. If a video for U2 for obliques is, you know, wanted, then I might do it. But yeah, so that's how the basic idea of how you use the U2 method for plus centers, and I really hope that helped. So yeah, bye.